Tashi Delik, and welcome to this math class. Today I'm going to do second chapters of lines and angles, that is parallel lines and transversals. Let me start with the first topic, that is parallel line. Let me start the topic parallel lines and transversal, and this is the second topic of lines and angles. And in first sessions you have already done very clear on lines. Now we are moving towards the concept parallel lines and transversals. Before I just move directly towards parallel line, let me clear the intersecting line. What is meant by intersecting lines? When two lines are intersecting at one point, and this kind of line is called as intersecting lines. Correct? So let me name this line L, and line M, which is intersecting at one point, that is O. So this line is called as intersecting line. Intersecting line. Sometimes lines never meet. Lines are not intersecting each other. For in case some lines are like in this way. See here and this way. This is again a two lines which are from here. When you just look at here, it is not meeting each other at all. When you go further, it will meet somewhere else. So we cannot call this as non-intersecting lines. Got it? Why? Because if it goes further, if it is extend the line, then it will meet somewhere else at any other point. Got it? So this is not also called as non-intersecting. It will meet somewhere else, means if you meet, and it is called as intersecting line. Understood? So now what is mean by non-intersecting line? Non-intersecting line means what? If your two lines, now see here, let me draw a line like this. This is first line, and let me draw the second line like this. And if you have two lines, line L and M, never meet each other, never intersect each other, no matter how far it goes and how far it extends, it will never meet at all. So this kind of line is called as parallel line or non-intersecting line. It is also called as non-intersecting. We are just saying here non-intersecting lines. Never intersect each other. Non-intersecting line, and it is also called as parallel line. So parallel line means what? If two lines never meet each other, no matter how far it goes, means how far it extends, it will never meet each other, and the distance between two lines are always same throughout the line, and that kind of line is called as parallel line. Do you get it? Parallel line clear? Sometimes we can just call as non-intersecting line, or sometimes we can just call as parallel lines. Actually it is called as parallel lines, having same gap throughout the line. Understood? So here, so this is for difference between intersecting line and non-intersecting lines. Now we have to know about this one, transversal. What is meant by transversal? Transversal is a line which is intersecting two and more points, which is intersecting two or more lines at a distinct point. Distinct means different points. So here let me draw. When I draw this one line, and this line is passing through how much line? Two and more line. Sometimes you can draw more line also, more than two. When I draw here like this, and here we are getting how many lines are there? 1, 2, 3 lines. When I draw in this way, this is also what? If I draw like this, so this is called as transversal. Why? Because a transversal means what? If your line is intersecting two and more points at a different point or a distinct point, is called as transversal. Do you get it clear? So this is called as transversal. This is transversal, and this is also called as transversal. Why? Because this line is passing through or intersecting three different points. Intersecting distinct point means three different points to the three different lines. Three different lines. So this is called as transversals. So do you get it? Transversals and parallel lines clear? And once you know this one, then it will be easy to know the pairs of lines. Corresponding, you can just identify corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and co-interior angles also. Let me clear those one by one. So first of all, yes, in the case of this, if two lines are not parallel, these two are not parallel to each other. Why? Because when it extends, it will meet somewhere else. So it is not parallel to each other. So in case, now if these two are parallel to each other, now let me rub this one, and I'll write in this way. So see here, a line L and M are parallel to each other means what? You can just define and represent in this way. You are writing in this way. L is parallel to M. So we are writing in this way. So here L is not parallel to M. correct? And if your transversal is passing through two lines, if your transversal is intersecting two different lines, then it is forming how many angles? 8 angles. It is forming 8 angles. So let me write 8 angles. Okay, let me write it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Okay. Yes, I'll write it here. 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay. So if your transversal is passing through two lines, then it is forming 8 angles. If it is passing through more than 2 lines, then it is forming more than 8 angles. Understood? So these are the angles. Out of these angles, among these angles, you can identify which one is corresponding angle, which one is alternate interior angles, which one is alternate exterior angles easily. Okay? So I'm telling you how do we identify which one is the pair of corresponding angles and which of these two angles are pair of alternate interior angles. Okay, let me do one by one. So let me check here first. Okay, first one I will take down pair of. Okay, you have to get this very clear so that it will be easy to do the exercise. Okay, you can do the exercise if you know this one. If you are not knowing this one clear, then it will be tough for you to solve the exercise. Understood? So now see pairs of corresponding angles. What is mean by corresponding angles? So how do we identify corresponding angles? Over here. Okay, so corresponding pair of, how do we identify it? What conditions do we need to identify whether it is corresponding angles or not? First of all, see here, you have to know this. You have to identify the transversal very clear. So this is your transversal. Let me draw here. Okay, now which one is your transversal? This is your transversal, the pink one. Then I'm just highlighting this one. This is your transversal. Okay, now this is the one side of the transversal and this one is another side of the transversal. Correct? So corresponding means first of all you should have what? And both the angles. To pair means two angles are there. Both the angle lies at one side of the transversal. Same side. One side means same side of the transversal. So the first condition is same side. It should have same side of the transversals. Okay? Transversals. So which two are in same side? So actually one side of the transversal, the pink transversal, 2, 3, 6 and 7. Among these 4 angles, 2 are pair of corresponding angles. Which 2 are pair of the corresponding angle that we don't know. So, either 2 or 3 or 6 or 7 or 6 or 3 or 2 or 7. Correct? So again we have to identify, and if I write in one more conditions. Okay, what are those conditions? See here, should have both the angles should have have opposite directions or same directions or same positions. So let me write it same positions or same directions. I'll write it here directions or same positions. Same positions. So now can we identify two pairs of corresponding angles or not? Now see here, we are just having this one. This 2, 3, 6 and 7 are at one side of the transversal. So either 2 or 3, 3 or 6 or 6 or 7, we are just going to check. The first condition is this one, and the second condition should have both the angles should have what? Same directions or same positions. So which one is same direction? Means your ray directions. And if this is what your vortex, which one is your ray? Your ray goes up. This is going up. Got it? And if this is your point, angle is forming here, and it goes down. Correct? So if this is your vortex, again it goes up, and this will go down. Correct? And it's written here same direction or same positions. Position means what? So here this one, the first angle 2, you can just get angle 2 is in this way. The position is in your ray is here, 2 rays forming one angle, your angle is forming here, and the second one here, the other one here, second one is getting here, 3. Angle 3 is in this way. Angle 3 is in this position, correct? And angle 6 is in this position, angle 7 is in this position. So see here, first of all see the directions. Which two are having same directions? 2 and 6. 2 and 6 are having same directions, and which two are having same directions? 3 and 7 are having same directions and having same position also, having same position. This and this are having same position because it is angle is forming this side, and here angle is forming down. So these two are in same position, and these two are same positions. So by looking at this, you can identify the corresponding angles easily. Okay. Now which two angles are corresponding angles? So let me write it here. Easily. and 2. Same side of the transversal, yes, all these are at the same side of the transversal. Second one, we can just go further. 2 and 6 are having same directions and same position, therefore angle 2, you can write it down, angle 2 and angle 6. Angle 2 and angle 6 are the first pair of corresponding angles. Got it? This is done. And now come to your second. What are the second? Second one, again let me check here. If this is okay, first one, and what are the other? And 3 is goes down and 7 is goes down, and these two are also in the same position. These two are corresponding angles. So you can write it down. Angle 3 and angle 7 are also corresponding angles. What about the other side? If you know this one easily, then it will be easy to identify the second part, this part. Okay. Now on this side, 1, 4, 5 and 8 are there. These two are the pair of corresponding angles. Okay. So again write it down here. And this, okay, now same side means 1, 4, 5 and 6. It cannot be 1 and 3. These two are opposite side of the transversal. Got it? So when you can just, okay, plot the rays. This ray always goes up. This direction is always going down. And this 5, your vertex means your ray is going up like this. And there your ray is going down like this. Got it? So the different positions, okay, different directions. Direction means what? Which one is having same directions? Angle 1 is going up, angle 5 is going up. So angle 5 and 1 are the pair of corresponding angles. See here, the position. When you look at the position here, this is 1, and the 5 is also forming in this way. The position is up like this, and the second one, 4 and 8, and having same direction. By looking at the direction also, it will be easy to recognize. Correct? Now 4, you will go down. Angle 4 is in this way. Angle 8 is also in this way. So see, having same positions. Understood? So these two, by looking at the direction itself, we can recognize. So see here, 1 going up, 5 going up. So these two are corresponding, a pair of corresponding angles. So let me write it here. 1, 2, 3. So angle 1 and angle 5 are pair of corresponding angles. Okay. Now the fourth one. If there has got 4 angles, means 4 pairs are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is the fourth one? Angle 4. Okay. Let's see. 4 and angle 8 are the pair of corresponding angles. Do you get it clear? So you have to recognize in this way. So you don't have to look at the position. It will be easy to look at the directions. If you know the directions, if you just clear with the directions, you just have to go through directions, which direction is going. If it is the same, having same direction, ray direction, then it is equal to each other. Okay, not equal to each other. These are the pair of corresponding angles. You can recognize easily through this. Understood? So the first is done, and now we are moving towards the second one, that is pairs of alternate interior angles. So which two angles are the pair of alternate interior angles? Okay. To get this one, first of all, you have to know the which angles are interior angles. So you have to know the interior angles. Okay. Which one is interior angles? So you have to recognize this one. First, let me write it here. Interior angles. Interior angles. Okay. Which of these angles are called as interior angles? Interior angle means angle which is forming in between the lines. Okay, in between the lines. So line L and M, in between line L and M, there is a few angles is forming. So those angles are called as interior angles forming. So 4, 3, 6 and 5 are called as interior. Why? Because it is lying in between two lines. Okay, so what are they? Angle 4, angle C, angle 5 and angle 6. So out of these 4, these two are the pair. You can find 2 pairs of interior angles are there. Understood? So which of these are the pair of alternate interior angles? So how do we identify those alternate interior angles? So what conditions do we need for that? First of all, alternate means you should have an opposite. Okay, now opposite side of both the angles. Okay, lying at the opposite side of the transversal. So see, first of all, it should have the both angle has to be in the opposite side. Okay, opposite side of transversals. First conditions, you have to follow this one. So these two are the opposite sides of the transversal. So it can be not 4 and 5, because 4 and 5 cannot be the pair of alternate interior angles. Why? Because 4 and 5 both are lying at the same side of the transversal. So it can be 4 or 3, or it can be 4 or 7, 4 or 6. Correct? So which two are they? Which out of this 3 and 6, which are the pair of, okay, 4s, got it? So we can just identify it by using the second condition. What is your second condition? Second condition, having opposite directions. So having opposite directions of ray, opposite directions, or you can write it down, opposite positions, okay? Position or directions, you can write it down, okay? Opposite positions or opposite directions, okay? So which two are having opposite directions? So 4 is going down and 3 is also going down. And 4 and 3 cannot be the pair of alternate interior angles. So what can be? What could be? So 4 or 6, okay? 4 is going down, 6 is going up. So 4 and 6 are the pair of corresponding angles, okay? The pair of alternate interior angles. Sometimes students may get confused with this one, okay? This is goes down, this is also goes down. So they are just getting, okay, they are confused with this one. So in that case, it will be easy to recognize by writing the third, okay, condition. That is, okay, forming the angle at different vertex. It is always forming the angles at different vertex, okay? If your vertex are same, it cannot be the pair of alternate interior angles. It should have different vertex. So 4 is at this vertex and 6 is at this vertex. So 4 and 6 are the pair of alternate interior angles. So what are they? So first of all, you can write it down. Angle 4 and angle 6 are the pair of alternate interior angles. And the second one, we do have two pairs of alternate interior angles. Second one, 3 is at this side, 4 and 5 is at other side. So which two are having, okay, a pair of alternate interior angles? 3 is going down and 5 is going up. So 3 and 5 are, angle C and angle 5 are the pair of alternate interior angles. Do you get it clear? Pair of alternate interior angles. And sometimes students can identify it by using the shape, okay? When I write it down here in this way, so let me write it by using, okay, highlight. See here, it is always alternate, we can identify the alternate interior angle by using the Z shape of looking. So see here, when I draw in this way, so here, so this is forming Z exactly, the angle forming Z. We have Z looking shape. So angle forming here, this angle and this angle are always called as alternate interior angle. So see here, this is forming, angle 4 is forming here and angle of 6 is here. So 4 and 6 are called as alternate interior angles. Sometimes students can get easily by looking at the shape, correct? And if you are not knowing the condition clear, you can just look at the shape and identify which one is your alternate interior angle. So see here, you can get the shape in this way. Sometimes you can form S shape, okay? S shape means like this, okay? See here, this and this and this, okay? So again this one, Z, this opposite side of Z, or you can just call as S shape, okay? So this 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles. Why? Because it is forming Z shape or S shape, understood? You can easily recognize in this way. If you are not knowing the condition clear, you can just recognize by looking at the shape, understood? So these are called as alternate interior angles. If you know alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles are exactly same condition you have to follow and then identify alternate exterior angles. Okay, let me write it here. The third one, alternate. Okay, alternate exterior. So what does it mean by which angles are exterior angles? Exterior pair, okay, angles. Okay, now see again the pair of, let me write it here, pair of alternate exterior angles. So what is called as, which angles are exterior angle? Exterior angle means what? Interior angle means angle which is lying in between two lines is called as interior angle. Angle which is lying outside the line is called as exterior angles, okay? Exterior angles, let's see. Exterior angles, what are exterior angles? So see here, 1, 2, which 1, 2, 8 and 7 are lying outside this two line, L and M. So which are there? Angle? Yes, 1, angle 2, angle 7 and angle 8. And out of this, okay, 4 and 2, you can get it 2 pairs. Which are the 2 pairs of alternate exterior angles? Again, you have to follow the conditions, okay? Which condition is fulfilling? First of all, see the opposite side of the transversal. That means either 1. Which one is the pair of? This cannot be. 1 and 8 are at the same side of the transversal. It cannot be. So either 1 or 2 or 1 or 7. But 1 and 2 are not having the pair of this alternate exterior angle. Why? Because having same direction. It both are going up. So that means this cannot be the pair of alternate exterior angle. So what could be? So this one, okay, 1 and 7 because opposite direction. This rays goes up, this rays goes down. So 1 and 7 are called as pair of alternate exterior angles. So which one is the first alternate exterior angles? Angle 1 and angle 7 are alternate exterior angles. Correct? And the next one, which one? Okay, second we have got 4, means 4 angles means you can get 2 pairs. So first pair is gone, and what will be the second pair? So 2 cannot be equal to, cannot be the pair of 7, so 2 is going up. Opposite side means either 2 or 8. So 2 is going up and 8 is going down, means opposite direction. So 2 and 8 are, angle 2 and angle 8 are the pair of alternate exterior angles. Do you get it clear? Now pair of alternate interior angles, pair of alternate exterior angles. The last one is pair of co-interior angles. Okay, so it's written here interior angles. So again we have already got it clear with the interior angles. What are the interior angles? And the angle which is formed in between two lines, line L and M, is called as interior angles. So 4, 3, 6 and 5. So out of this 4, 3, 6 and 5, and you will be getting how many? 4 angles means you will be getting 2 pairs. So which 2 are the pair of co-interior angles? Okay. So first of all you can recognize by using the conditions. Which one is your first condition? See here. Should have same side of the transversals. The interior angles lying at the same side of the transversals. Okay. Same side of the transversals. Transversal. Okay, you can just recognize in this way. So which 2 are lying at the same side of the transversal? 3 and 6, easily. 3 and 6 are lying at the same side of the transversal. 4 and 5 are lying at the same side of the transversal. Easily you can recognize by looking at the first condition itself. Okay, lying at the same side of the condition. So which 2 are there? 4 and 5 are same side of the transversal, and 3 and 6 are lying at the same side of the transversal. Or sometimes students are not getting in this way, they have to just look at the shape. So always it is forming C shape, and I'll just draw the example like this. So when I draw in this way, sometimes you can just form in this way. So like this, okay, C shape, okay, either in this shape or in this shape. Sometimes your shape may be getting in this way or this way. You can get any shape, okay. In geometry part you will be getting a different kind of shapes you will be getting, so you have to recognize easily by looking at the shape itself, okay. So this is in the form of C shape. By looking at the C shape you can easily recognize the pair of co-interior angles. How? Let me write the angle. So let me write it here. So here, if these 2 are parallel, okay, this, okay, lines, okay, yellow one, these 2 are parallel to each other, and this line 2 are parallel to each other, and this line are, okay, not a 2 line, these 2 are lines, and here again, here there's got 2 lines, okay, two lines are there. So when I draw, okay, yes, this one is your transversal. This is your 2 lines, this pink one is your transversal, and this one is also transversal passing through these 2 lines, transversal passing through 2 lines, and again 2 lines are there, okay. Now see here. So C shape means, how do you get it? So interior angle, transversal, same side of the transversal means what? These 2 angles, okay? Angle 1 and angle 2. So here, if you are getting in a C shape, angle 1 and 2 are the pair of interior angles. So here angle 3 and 4 are the pair of interior angles, and here I'm just going to write it down, 6 and 7, okay? Let's see. Here in this 6 and 7 are the pair of co-interior angles, and same here. Okay, let's see here, okay, 8 and 9, any numbers you can put it. So by looking at the shape, different shape, and it is in the form of C shape, you can recognize the co-interior angle easily. Got it? And if you are knowing this one, it is easiest one, okay, so you can just know it from here itself. Both the angles lying at the same side of the transversal. Interior angle at the same side of the transversal. What are they? First one, okay, now let me check here. You can get the first one, interior angle. Same, this is the transversal again, and same side of the transversal is, first one is 3 and the second one is 6. And 3 and 6 are called as co-interior angles, okay. First one is angle 3 and angle 6 are co-interior angles, and we have got second one is what? Second one here is this one, okay, this side. Angle 4 and angle 5 are also at the same side of the transversal. These 2 are interior angles, so therefore it is called as pair of co-interior angles. Angle 4 and angle 5 are the pair of co-interior angles. To get it clear? So pair of corresponding angles, pair of alternate interior angles, pair of co-interior angles. Once you know this one clear, then it will be really easy if it is parallel to each other. Okay? Now see if your lines are parallel to each other. So see here, if your lines are parallel. So now let's see in this way. So if your lines are parallel to each other, if two lines are parallel to each other and there has got one transversal which is passing through these two lines, parallel line. So let me write here your L is, okay, here L is parallel to M. In the case of this, and what about this pair of alternate interior angles? Then all the time the pair of corresponding angles are equal to each other, pair of alternate interior angles are equal to each other, pair of exterior angles are always equal to each other. So I'm just going to write it again. So if it is parallel to each other, so let me write the same exactly. See here, angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, and angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, and angle 8. Got it? So now you know how to recognize. Okay, you can easily recognize which are the pair of corresponding angle and which are the pair of alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, co-interior angles. Everything will be easy to recognize. Okay. Now what if it is parallel to it? If your lines are parallel to each other, if your line L is parallel to M, then all the time, see here, pair of corresponding angles are always equal to each other. So which are the pair of corresponding angles? We know 2 and 6. 2 and 6. Angle 2 and, let's see, angle 2 and 6 are always equal to each other. Do you get it? So now I'm just writing here. If it is parallel to each other, okay, then all the time the pairs of corresponding angles are always equal to each other. You can just put it equal to sign. All are equal to each other. Correct? All pairs of corresponding angles are always equal to each other. Correct? 2 and 6 are equal to each other. 3 and 7 are equal to each other. 1 and 5 are equal to each other. 4 and 8 are equal to each other. Do you get it? So here again, 3 and 7 are also equal to each other. And now see again here, let me write it down. See, angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles equal to each other, and then 4 and 8 are equal to each other. Got it? So same, and if you are getting question in this way, sometimes you will be getting very simple questions. See here, I'll write it here, I'll set it here, line L, okay? Line L is parallel to line M. Okay, what kind of questions you are getting? I'll just give here 70 degree. So find angle X. How do you find angle X? So now look at here, very easily, same side of the transversal and having same directions, we know that these two are what? These two are pair of corresponding angles. If these two are pair of corresponding angles, then you just know that L is parallel to M means what? X is exactly equals to 7. You can write it down. X is equals to 70 degree. Why? Because it is corresponding pair of corresponding angles. You can recognize easily and write the symbol exercise easily if you know this one clear. Understood? So now can come to here. Yes. Okay. Let me wrap this. Now same here, the second one. Okay. So yes, if two lines are parallel to each other, then pair of alternate interior angles are always equal to each other. Again, all these are equal to each other. These are equal to each other, and these two are also equal to each other. And here again, the alternate exterior angle is also equal to each other. If two lines are parallel to each other, then all the pair of alternate interior angles are equal to each other. All the pair of exterior angles are always equal to each other. Okay, see here. Now, interior means what? This one. Angle, let's see, angle C. Angle C is equal to angle 5. Yes, we know these two are equal to each other. Angle 7, okay, let's see, angle 4. 4 is exactly equal to angle 6. These two are equal to each other. And now come to here, angle 2 is outside there at the other side. And this one, angle 8 are equal to each other. And the last one, angle, this one, angle 1 is exactly equal to angle 7. So all the alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles are always equal if two lines are parallel to each other. So parallel line and transversal. If two lines are parallel to each other, you have to know very clear that all these pair of angles are equal to each other, but not this one. And the pair of co-interior angles are not equal to each other, but see here, pair of co-interior, if it is parallel, if two lines are parallel to each other, pair of co-interior angles are always supplementary. Do you remember supplementary we have done in last session? Supplementary means when you add up two angles to get 180 degrees called as supplementary angles. Understood? So here pair of co-interior angle is always supplementary means what? Sum of the two, sum of the two angles of co-interior, sum of this pair of a co-interior angle is always getting 180 degrees. Got it? So here, now this is not an equal. How do you write it? So now angle, which one is equal? First one is, which one is the first pair? 3 and 6. So angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to how much? Angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degrees. It is supplementary, means when you add up two interior angles at the same side of the transversal, that is always 180 degrees. Okay, now pair of co-interior angle is always 180 degrees. Understood? Again, you can just put it plus sign. 4 and 5 are co-interior angles. When you sum up these two angles, you are always getting 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Got it? So you can either by looking at the conditions or by looking at the shape, you can recognize those pair of angle easily. Either you have to identify pair of co-interior angles, or also you have to just see, if you know the condition clear, it will be really easy to identify it. And once you get this one clear, then whole exercise will be really easy. You won't get any problem. If you're not knowing this one, if you're not knowing how to identify what are the properties, and then it will be tough to solve the exercise. Got it? Let me give two examples. Okay, two examples means let me try to do exercise, so it will be easy for you to do other exercise. Okay, so first one, let me do the first exercise. Okay, let me solve two problems, two exercise, so that you can do the other exercise from your text easily. Understood? So okay, I'll just start the first question. Find the value of x and y, and then show that AB. Okay, let's see here, AB is parallel to CD. So we don't know whether these two are parallel or not. CD, okay, yes, CD. Okay, so we don't know whether this AB is parallel to CD. So we cannot use parallel lines. We cannot use parallel lines properties. We can directly use other way. Okay, see here, solve. When you solve this one, first of all, what else you know? In area you have got, now you have knowledge so many properties, so it will be better to use wherever you need it. Okay, so now let's see here, you have to find x and y. So how do you find x? As you know the linear pair and the line, this one, okay, line L, let me write it L. Okay, on line L, 60 and x are lying on this straight line, so it is forming a linear pair. Got it? So on, you can write it down on line, yes, line L, yes. On line L, when you add up x plus 60, it is exact getting 180 degrees. You have learned in linear pairs, okay, last session. So you can write it down linear pair because it is on straight line. So it is always forming us, okay, 180 degrees, okay. So now find it out. X is equal to 180. When you're shifting this to other side, you are getting how much? Minus 60. And now subtract, you are getting exact 120 degrees. Do you get it clear? And you have already got x values. So how do you find your y values? So do you remember, again you have done in the last session that if two lines are intersecting each other, so here one line going down, another line going up, straight line, two straight lines are intersecting each other, it is always getting vertically opposite. And vertically opposite angles are always equal if two straight lines are intersecting each other. Okay, so which two angles are vertically opposite angles? Angle y is exact equals to. So here angle y is exact equals to 120 degree y, vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angles are always equal. So these two are equal. Now see here, your x is 120, your y is 120. What about this two? So here, x is exactly equals to y is exactly equals to 120. So these two are equal to each other. Since x is equal to y, since, okay, so since x is equal to y, what can be, okay, what reason you have to give? Alternate. Since x and y is equal, that means alternate interior angles. Since alternate interior angles that we have learned just before some time, yes, angles. So we know that, so yeah, here x and y, x is lying here and y is lying on the other side, having opposite directions. So what about these two? These two are called as pair of alternate interior angles. Okay, now if these two are parallel, and in parallel lines, if two alternate interior angles are equal, means what? The lines are parallel to each other. If two lines are parallel, we say that if two lines are parallel to each other, then this angle and this angles are always equal to each other. Same opposite to this, converse of this, and if two alternate interior angles are equal, means what? The lines are parallel to each other. Understood? So here, okay, now since x is equal to y, that is alternate interior angle, therefore, yes, therefore AB is parallel to, AB is parallel to what? AB is parallel to CD. This is converse of this parallel line properties. Understood? So therefore AB is parallel to CD. Do you get it clear? As you know that if two lines are parallel, alternate interior angles are equal. If two alternate interior angles are equal, then opposite to that, two lines are parallel to each other. Understood? So you can prove in this way. Do you get it clear? The first question. Let me do the second question. See here, solution. Okay, now it's written here in figure. It's AB is now it's written here. It is parallel to each other. So it's given here. AB is parallel to CD, CD is parallel to EF. It's written here. So what else is given there? So and here y is to z is equals to 4 is to 5. Again y and z is not in full ratio, full angles given, and it is in ratio. If your angles are given in a ratio, means there will be having one common angle. So let the common ratio be. So you can write it down. Let the common ratios. Okay, you can take down one common ratio. Let the common ratio be any. Okay, K, A, whatever you want to take it. Okay, let's see. Common ratio B. I'll just take it K. Let me take it K. Understood? So now see, when you take it K, so your what about your Y? Y will be 4K, and your Z would be how much? 5K. So these are your value. Y value is 4K and Z value is 5K. Understood? So now you have known about Y and Z. Do you get it clear? And now what else you know? So see here, since, and you know that since AB, okay, AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. Okay, if AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF means what? AB is also parallel to EF. So all these three lines are parallel to each other. Understood? So therefore AB is parallel to CD, CD is also parallel to EF. That has to know. If two lines are parallel to each other, then that means others are also parallel to each other. Understood? So this is the thing. Now you have to find your x value. How do you find x value? So you have to use, is there any alternate interior angles or not? So see here, we can just check here. What value do you know? You know only this value. See here, you know the value of z. Got it? You know the value of z. And you know this relation. What is this? X and Y. We know that x, you can just write it in a graph. First, x plus y is always equal to 180 degrees. What is this? And x and y is at the same side of the transversal. So these two are called as co-interior angles. Pair of co-interior angles is always supplemented. Do you remember? So angle x plus y is exact equals to 180 degrees. These two are co-interior angles. Do you get it? So now you know y easily. You have already got it y, but you don't know x value. So now see how do we get x value. So see, let me write it in a graph so that you can write in a pair easily. Okay. So now here, is there any angle which is equal to x? Because y, z value is given. So just see the x and the relationship between x and z. Okay. So now this is the transversal. We know that AB is parallel to EF. So x is on this side and z is on other side. So it could be alternate interior angles. So see here, z is in this direction and z is going up and x is going down. So x and z would be alternate interior angles. Do you get it? It is forming a Z shape. Also this is the condition is fulfilling, so therefore x and z are pair of alternate interior angles. So these are parallel means x and z are equal to each other. So let me write it here second. So if these all are parallel to each other means angle x is exactly equal to angle z. How? You can write it on what reason you are going to give it. Alternate interior angles are always equal to each other in parallel lines. Okay. Alternate interior angles are always equal to each other. So x and z are equal. So now that means here, what about your z? So now you know the z. So you know that, see here, you can just write this condition. So we know that, we know that x plus angle y is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because these two are the pair of co-interior angles. Okay, so write it down, co-interior angles. Co-interior angle means what? sum of the angles of the interior angles at the same side of the transversal is always 180 degrees. It is exactly called as co-interior angles in a short form. Okay. So now see, we know x. What is your x? X is exactly z. So angle z. So what is the value of z? What is the value of z? That is 5k. Value of x means z. Z and x are exact same. So now in place of the z, you can just put it 5k. So 5k plus. What about the value of y? 4k. You can write it down 4k, which is exactly equals to 180 degrees. Now add this up. 4 and 5, you can just, these two are like terms. Add up, you are getting 9k. 9k, which is equals to 180 degrees. So what is the value of k? 180 divided by 9, cancel and cancel. Your k value is 10. Now, 2 and 0. So your value is 20. So your k value is how much? 20. Okay. Once you know the value of k, then it is very easy. Your question is find x. Where is your x? X is equals to z. So you know that. You can write it down. Angle x is equal to angle z. So angle z means what? Angle z is equals to what? Angle z is equals to 5k. 5k. So write it down 5. In between these two, there is a multiply sign. What about the value of k? What is the value of k? Value of k is 20. So multiply these two. 5 2s are 10. That is 100. So therefore, your z means this one. Okay. You can write it down. Z value is this. Your x. Okay. See, we know that x is equals to angle z. So angle x you have to find it out. So it is exactly equals to z means z value is 5k. It is in a ratio form. So put the value and get your answer. Thus or therefore. Thus angle x equals to 100 degree. You got it. Okay. So this is the answer. You can just present your answer in this way. Do you get it clear? So with this I end up. And you can, I've just solved 2 exercises. There will be so many exercises, so many problems are there in your text. Try your best to do all the exercise by learning all those properties. Once you learn the properties clear, so it will be, all the exercise will be easy for you. Understood? So good. Okay, thank you and see you next time.